afternoon and welcome to UTV Live. Police and political leaders have appealed for calm after 27 officers were injured during violent clashes with the Loyalists in both Belfast and Londonderry. A 13-year-old boy was among 8 people arrested after a riot broke out in South Belfast overnight. Northern Ireland Secretary Brandon Lewis said the unrest was unacceptable. They're just children and teenagers, but they brought violence to the streets of Belfast as tensions between Unionist and Loyalist communities and the PSNI erupted. At one stage, 300 people were on the streets here. 8 people were arrested, including a 13-year-old boy and a 19-year-old girl.
I think it's a tragedy that any child in Northern Ireland is sitting in a custody suite this morning and facing criminal investigation, the possibility of charge and the possibility of a criminal conviction. And that's why I'm very keen that people of influence try and ask anyone intent to ban this city, please step back. This is not the way to resolve tensions and to make an argument.
These scenes mark the culmination of a difficult week for the PSNI, which saw Unionist leaders demand the Chief Constable's resignation over the police handling of the Bobby Story funeral.
The funeral was over 9 months ago. This is now happening in a completely different year. I think we've seen ratcheting up in tensions by political unionism and by others. And I think now's the time for calm heads, and indeed I'm calling on the DUP, the UUP and others for calm heads now.
Similar scenes of violence erupted for a 5th night in the Unionist waterside area of Derry. In both cities last night, 27 police officers were injured. Non-Unionist politicians have claimed the violence is a result of inflammatory rhetoric from the DUP and Ulster Unionists over post-Brexit trading arrangements and the PSNI.
These were young people and, in fact, by the looks of these children who have been whipped up and for the last months and longer been fed a diet of rage and grievance and been told that they can't trust the police and that this is a consequence of that, and that these children mostly will suffer consequences, as have the police officers.
But the DUP said there's no excuse for this violence.
No one should read anything that we have seen in the last few days and then equate it to justifying these types of incidents that we've seen in the last 24 hours. The concerns that have been raised do not in any way lead to or give cover for or license for anyone to attack the police in this way.
Although tensions remain, police are hoping they won't see a repeat of these scenes. A further 84 positive cases of coronavirus have been confirmed here, but no COVID-related deaths were recorded in the past 24-hour period. More than 53% of the adult population have now received at least one dose of a vaccine. In some sports news, Cliftonville ladies are raising awareness of stem cell donations here after unveiling Emer's Wish as their official sponsor. The story of Emer Smith, who died in June 2019 from complications of a donor stem cell transplant, was highlighted on UTV's Up Close earlier this year.
The ladies team had watched Emer's programme Up Close and they were so moved by it, they wanted to honour Emer and honour us by giving us their shirt sponsors for the year. For the captain of Northern Ireland to come along and say, hey, we love what you're trying to do to help other communities. We want to put Emer's name on our shirt. Is that okay? Is that okay? I was like, feel like I won the lottery.
Staying with football, and big wins for Cliftonville, Larne and Glentoran in this afternoon's Premier League action. Coleraine and Glenavon came to a goalless draw. And to boxing, and Carl Frampton has his sights firmly set on becoming Ireland's first 3-weight world champion as he takes on Jamel Herring in Dubai. Meanwhile, Tyrone McKenna's undercard bout has been called off. And now for the weather, here's Connor Dowds.
Time for a freshen up, especially with unexpected showers ahead. UTV weather, sponsored by Fix Natural Gas.
It's been a pleasant start to the Easter weekend with plenty of sunshine. However, it's set to turn colder as we move towards Easter Monday, with the risk of sleet, snow showers and stronger winds too. Taking a look at this bigger picture, and we can see how this area of high pressure has been the reason behind the settled weather of late. However, it's set to soon move away, allowing to turn much colder as strong winds and bands of rain, sleet and snow move down from the Arctic. Back to this evening though, and it will turn chilly quite quickly as skies remain clear. A patchy frost could form overnight, but later on thicker cloud will begin to move in from the north. A cloudier day at times then on Easter Sunday, but it should remain dry for most of it, with some sunshine too. Thicker cloud and rain will then arrive in the evening, and will feel colder than today with a freshening breeze. As we look ahead, Easter Monday and also Tuesday will be cold with wintry showers, and it's then set to become milder on Wednesday with outbreaks of rain arriving late in the day.
On cloud 9. Now the job is done. UTV weather, sponsored by Phoenix Natural Gas.
Well, that's the latest news this Saturday evening. I'll be back with tomorrow's headlines at the slightly later time of 6:45. For now, though, have a lovely evening and stay safe.